Hey everyone, we're back on Amazon Video, Facebook Live with Rob Benedict and Richard Spate. We're here to talk about Kings of Con that you can watch now, and their other show, their live show, Kings of Conversation, on Comic-Con HQ and Amazon channel. So, how's it going, you guys?
It's going great.
Real good.
We're excited to be here.
Real excited.
This is a fun event here at the Paley Center in Beverly Hills, and it's a kickoff for Comic-Con HQ, so we're excited about it.
Awesome, yeah. I've been watching the show. It's been great so far.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, for people who don't know, who just can be tuning in, they might not be familiar, why don't you guys kind of tell us about Kings of Con, what, why you guys want to do it, and then also just like Kings of Conversation with that as well.
Right?
Richard? This is Richard's thing all night long. People don't ask me questions. Like that one.
Passing it off to you.
You know, I feel like you're in the pocket. You do it so well. Like you got it down pat. You're like you're in the pocket. You're like
only because you make me, Rich.
The gunslinger. Only
because you make me.
All right.
Kings of Con is our show that we wrote, inspired by our real life behind the scenes experiences at supernatural conventions, and we play heightened versions of ourselves. It's not a reality show. It's a comedy based on our real life comedy, like what you just saw. It premiered about 4 weeks ago on Comic-Con HQ, and we're super excited about it.
Yep.
We're so thrilled that it's finally getting out there, and every week, it's like every Tuesday, because it comes out on Tuesday, I'm like, ooh, what is it this week? Oh yeah, wow, people get to see that.
Yeah.
And so every Tuesday, at 12 a.m., they launch a new one, and then at 7 p.m. Pacific, we do a live after show, Kings of Conversation, which is also like a major production. We've got a set of a bar.
Looks great.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we got my band plays, and we got co-hosts and regulars and
cardboard version of
you.
Cardboard Rich.
You get tossed around every episode, though.
Well,
You just
because real life Rich had a thing. He had a thing, so he couldn't be there.
Robbie does unholy things like cardboard cutout. I don't like it, but there's nothing I can do from a cardboard perspective.
I put him to sleep every night. But yeah.
Is that what the kids call it?
That's awesome. Yeah. So in terms of, obviously, passion project for you guys, clearly. What's it been like kind of getting to work on a passion project, like for you and your fans, and working with Comic-Con HQ specifically, kind of?
Well, it's been fantastic. This is an idea that Rob and I had on the road doing these shows, as he said. And we knew we had an audience for it in terms of the convention crowd that we were already catering to. But we also know that the comedy Rob's attracted to, that I'm attracted to, that we like to do, and that we did here, is not a comedy for convention goers. It's a comedy.
Yeah.
And it's set at conventions, but it's a comedy for people who love comedy.
Yeah.
And the characters are there, the stories are there, and thanks to Comic-Con HQ, we have the distribution channel to get it out there to a large audience. And so we're just thrilled, because what they bring to the table is our avenue to get it out to everybody. And they also, at the same time, gave us the freedom to make the show that Rob and I wanted to make, which was the greatest gift of all time, because it's our world. We know the world, we know the jokes, we know the characters. It's a perfect place to be your own chef in your own restaurant, and we had a great time doing it.
Yeah, they were very hands-off. More so than we expected, because doing shows on network TV, you expect they have lots of cooks in the kitchen.
Some guy always comes in and lays a turd in the middle of it.
Okay, sure, that's that.
Just ruins the whole thing.
No offense to any network execs.
Let's be honest. You're not a creative guy. You went to film school, you didn't do well, and now you're in time for a living, and you're angry.
But honestly, it was almost like a joke. We would send them scripts, and they're like, "Great, my only note is scene 2." Hilarious. Honest their notes, So it was great.
Can you make it longer?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, and then we'd send the final cuts, and they're like, "Yeah, 2 notes. One is
Bob's name is misspelled in the credits."
And that scene where you do that thing, had me on the floor.
Golden.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's great. It's great.
That's cool. Yeah. So like in terms of the creative process, obviously both you guys, like what's that like getting from when you were kind of writing it to actually filming it? How do you guys like play your roles like on screen, off screen, that kind of stuff?
Well, Rob and I had a shared vision of what the show was. There was never, because we developed it on the road over a long time, there was never, it should be this, no, it should be this. It should be what it was. Rob and I developed it slowly over time, developed the idea slowly over time, broke all 10 episodes together very easily, and wrote the scripts very easily. The process of that was very simple. The process of making it was more challenging, just because making quality programming is challenging.
Sure.
We were making a show. We were making the best show we could make. It didn't matter that the distribution channel was a digital platform. We were making the show for a broad audience and at a high technical level. So we were working hard at doing that. We had a great team around us to help us with that. But there was never any but what should it be? We had a very clear vision out of the gate of what this show was and is and should be and will be in the future.
That's awesome. So when you guys were on cons, it was just like a constant writing process, and even up to this most recent kind of con season, you guys were just constantly throwing ideas back and forth. Things are funny that you'd like remember.
Yeah, we'd always write down funny. We still do. You know, we write down funny things or funny ideas we have, sort of based, inspired by things that happen.
Sure.
We say, hey, this kind of thing happened to me. It made me think this would be funny if we did this in an episode, you know.
Yeah.
We're constantly writing that kind of thing down. So when it came time to write the first season, it was super. It was one of the more fun parts of the whole process. I mean, came pretty easy to us to break these stories because we knew the characters pretty well.
And we're not. There's no lines we're trying to paint within. You know what I mean? So we had an idea for an episode, for example. Then we go to town. We do whatever we want with that story. There's nothing like, nah, that wouldn't really happen. If we wrote it down, it happened.
Yeah, they just asked us, like, and did you have a vision of what network or whatever you wanted to be on, or what constraints you might have? We had no vision of what network. Our vision was just to make the show that we think to make ourselves laugh.
To tell the jokes we wanted to tell. Like, let's push envelopes, let's be dirty. None of that's there. It's all about what makes us laugh. Some of it's very benign, some of it's very goofy, some of it's very physical, and some of it's
a little
racy.
I think I read somewhere you guys do a lot of good amount of improv on the show. Is that right? So like, what's that?
Yeah, you know,
improv to written kind of balance there.
You know, we worked pretty hard to write these episodes, and we didn't have a lot of time, but certainly, there were moments when we had the time we would improvise.
Yeah.
More so with the original teaser, I think, than anything we improvised.
Yeah,
but
we didn't know we were making a pilot.
Right. And I remember we overwrote that scene in the bar. It was like 18 pages long. We're like, we got to cut this down. So we like kind of threw it out, and just kind of improvised.
Yeah.
And we do that well. But we wrote these parts for these friends of ours that we knew that they could play this part well.
Sure.
So certainly there was, but I'd say it's 80-85% written.
I mean, look, the fact of the matter is, Robbie and I are both veterans of productions in our own capacity as individuals, so we know what it takes to make a television show, and it takes time and discipline in terms of physical discipline and artistic discipline. So if we'd gone in there with like an outline and we're just gonna make a show, we'd still be shooting. So we had very, very, very specific story points. We had very specific scripts.
That's awesome.
If we could play within that framework for a specific moment, we would. But otherwise, we had a schedule. We had a design.
That was always the goal: is to make it look improvised, make it look loose enough to be. You know what I mean? But actually, there was underneath, and that Kings of Conversation is the same way. Truly, we have a pretty strict outline, but we want to make it look like we're just at a bar hanging out.
Yeah. So for context, Kings of Conversation is
the after show, the after talk show, 7 p.m. on Tuesday. We do, as if it were airing at a specific time. We live tweet our show at 6:30, then do an after show.
Yeah, 6:30 Pacific time, 7 p.m. Pacific time.
We have it's like our after talk show, and it's pretty strict in terms of an outline that we're working.
Would not have guessed that.
You wouldn't necessarily know.
All three of them.
Because it's like it's at a bar, and we're just like, hey, what's up? But in reality, there's someone behind the scenes going like, you gotta move on.
So what's that been like? I mean, what inspired you guys to do the kind of live after show kind of thing?
Well, Comic-Con was very supportive about it. They really like the energy that Rich and I have together, and they're like, guys, how would you feel about doing a talk show, an after show?
Yeah.
And that's what we do. At these conventions, that's what we do on stage. We have these Q&As where we get in front of an audience, we talk for 45 minutes. So that's a world we're very comfortable in. So we were like, yeah. And they asked us to do it. We're like, oh, yeah. Before they asked the question, we're like, yeah.
So we both said, let's do it, and then I left. And Robbie's been
and then he went and directed an episode of Supernatural. So actually, it was just me for the first several episodes.
We accept. Have at it.
Yeah. Totally. But it's been great. It's been a great experience doing that, and I think it's for people who are fans of the show, it's a good sort of I always love extras. I love extras.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I love Westworld right now, and I just downloaded all the Westworld extras, so I want to watch everything I can.
Westworld is
mind blowing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Cool. So I think you want to take some questions. I'm sure there's.
Yeah. Only one. No, I'm kidding. There's a ton. Okay. So Camila Barron asks, what would you like to see happen in Kings of Con that you weren't able to see this season?
Well, I'm not going to tell you because that might be a story point for season 2. I mean, we keep a list of things that are going on and an ongoing list. And so if something didn't make it this year, that doesn't mean it won't make it next year. But I will say, #Rob's Bottom.
Part 2.
By the way, that has,
2.0.
that has nothing to do with the show. I
Yeah,
just
I
want to
think
say
that happened on the first episode.
Yeah, I know.
Hashtag Rob's Bob.
But I'm a big proponent of give the people what they
Sure,
want.
back by popular demand.
exactly.
Sure, yeah. That's
But there were a lot of real life events that have happened to us that didn't make it into this season that we would like to see at some point. We often tell the story about a crazy plane ride we took in Australia that was like a near death plane ride that Richard, who's afraid of flying, slept through. And so we're like, this could be a story that could make it an episode. So we'll see. Well, it depends if we can get an airplane set.
Yeah. On the real things, you guys do real and fake or real versus fake on the Kings of Conversation. Do you guys have like a rough percentage as to what you think the season ends up being as like real versus fake?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's anything else. I mean, I would
Or
imagine that
inspired,
maybe, probably, 30 Rock has pulled a lot from her experience writing Saturday Night Live. You know what I mean?
Sure,
So,
right.
But I'm sure certain episodes are just completely off.
Right,
You know, once
right,
the
yeah.
characters, it veers off. I feel like that's how this is for us. I mean, even the pilot is very fictionalized of the show.
Mm-hmm.
It just is.
Sure.
The framework of what conventions are and the sort of the design of being famous in a hotel was the fabric that sort of held that as a through line.
Yeah.
But the character elements there were all fictionalized. I think we have sprinkled grains of truth in there, but at the end of the day, it's still a single camera comedy, but
That's awesome.
it's fictional.
Yeah.
That we take inspiration from real experiences to make those characters fleshed out and honest in that universe.
Yeah, very fleshed out, very honest as someone who's gone to conventions. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is for Rob. Jessica Nicole Podner-Kleinhans wants to know if you can auction your cardboard son off.
Oh, him. Right. Because on Supernatural, I play God. He plays Gabriel, who technically is God's son.
It really threw me.
I think that's what she's saying. And so we had a cardboard Rich while Rich was not on Kings of Conversation. We had a cardboard Rich. No, I'm keeping that for myself.
Assuming Sebastian didn't defile it after we left.
I know. Sebastian Roche, who was a guest on the show this week, was like, well, I'll take it. And we were like, dear God, no. Well, who can imagine that?
Don't throw a black light on the cardboard cutout of Rich.
No. The truth is we're going to keep that just in case. We're going to keep that just in case Rich decides to direct another episode of Supernatural.
But the plan is you're going to be on for the remainder of that.
That's the plan.
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
I look forward to being at every one of them. No, I'm here for a while.
that's awesome.
You never know with Rich. You never know.
Angela Davidson asks, how do you ever get any filming done? It seems like you would be laughing too much.
The truth of the matter is we laugh when we're shooting it, but
A lot.
we do the production process very seriously.
Yeah.
We had a very gifted team of people who were dialed in. It's a big, I mean, even a small show is a big organization.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big machine to move and
so many
move.
characters and so many cameos.
Characters and pulling favors from actors, getting them in very small amounts of time to do their episode. We shot an enormous show. It may seem small because you're watching it on your phone, but it was an enormous undertaking to do it at a high level, so that there's no difference between that show or something you'd watch on TV in terms of how it's shot, how it's edited, how it's color corrected, how it looks and feels and sounds, and the caliber of the performances. So all that takes a big machine, and we had a tiny amount of time to do it. So although we had a great time doing it, there was not a lot of pranking or it was fun, but fun work.
Right.
Yeah, but we certainly, I mean, we our goal going in was we're going to have fun, and everyone we want to be there, we want them to have
It was the happiest place to work on the planet.
Yeah,
And I don't care what anybody else says.
It was fun.
If they were on that set, they didn't have fun.
Well,
They can
what
suck
is
it.
your filming schedule like for that?
It's
how long-
17 days.
17 days.
70
Okay,
days
cool.
and how many pages?
144. So we I think we ended up being we averaged an episode took a day and a quarter.
Okay.
But that's how much time we had to shoot each.
That's a short amount of
That
time.
That's a blindingly short amount of time.
quick
I mean,
turnaround. Yeah.
It was.
That many actors and that much stuff, and that and although Rob and I had a small set, we told big stories in a small set. We didn't limit ourselves. It didn't all take place in a room, or like we were jumping around all the time.
We were pretty stressed out, because and that's the other thing is like we had a boss to report to. We had Comic-Con HQ. We had
Us?
Yeah.
Pointed to this.
You guys.
Well, this guy. But so we knew we had a schedule we had to adhere to, but we also kept having to kind of pinch ourselves and go like, like as serious as we were, we had to be like, this is awesome. We're doing
Right.
doing it.
Yeah, this passion and show.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We've had a lot of questions about this, but this one is from Sarah Shep. She says, how cold was the water Rob threw on Rich in the episode?
The water you don't tell me?
Yeah, in this last episode.
Oh, it wasn't that cold.
Was it?
No.
That was acting?
I was just in the pocket. as a performer.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Jeez, wow. Old Robert De Niro here. So you,
Bobby D.
actually, Bobby would.
He always did a cold water bit.
Bobby De Niro would have real cold water.
Yeah.
But you were like, like give it 77 degrees.
I want
water.
it tepid or I walk.
Really, that wasn't cold, and you had to walk around with those wet pants for a while.
They were just, bro, are you serious? Were you on the shoot?
Yes.
There wasn't actual water. They just rubbed silicone on there to give it the dark stain.
Wow. Look at that.
Really?
Yeah. Otherwise we're dry, dude. We couldn't do take up to take with rep.
I never knew
The
that.
magic of filmmaking.
When I dumped the thing on you,
Yeah.
that was cold.
You know, we weren't staying in the hotel either. We weren't in
And you were in like a big bathtub bucket, and I poured it on
to
you.
catch the water, so we didn't ruin the
You know,
carpet.
Rich, people ask questions. They want to hear the story from the thing.
I was really
You
shocked.
always say no.
during the murder sequence.
Say no.
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 Not cold.
No, that's not true.
Not real water.
That's not true. See, people want to know behind the scenes of how things are made. They want to know how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
At least I do. You just want the sausage.
I just want to eat a little sausage. My shirt keeps turning.
Show me some
There we go.
sausage.
Okay, well there you have it. Not cold, not
No
real
sausage.
water.
But
You're welcome.
Yeah.
you
No,
got tricked on set right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
no sausage questions yet, but we'll see.
Oh, they'll come.
Sarah Rivard asks, how did you guys keep a straight face when Matt was yelling at Rich, since he's such a kind person in real life?
I don't think we did. We broke up several times in that.
We laughed. There was a lot of takes of him getting in Rich's face when he's like, you know, you want to let's do this crap.
Well, that, but also when he was working out and he's calling me fatty,
Yeah,
fat.
yeah.
You were dying laughing off stage.
I was like, I was the director of that sequence because Rich was in the scene, and
You were telling me what to do. You kept laughing.
hear
when you
me.
did it.
Yeah, there were takes we couldn't use because I'm in the background. This is like the non-director who's directing.
Sure,
I was
sure.
like, ha ha. You hear that on the outtake. So yeah.
On that, was it hard to film when I'm blanking on his name, the British guy was kind of
Kinder Grady.
stuffing things
Josh
down your
Myers.
pants
Josh
and
Myers,
all
oh.
over you? What
No,
was that like?
that was me.
That was
so I
him.
was in the
Oh, that was
monitor.
you. Okay. Okay.
No, it was happening to Rob. I was in
Okay.
the other
Yeah,
room,
yeah.
and truly, the first time they shot that master, I had to take a knee. I thought it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Josh and I have been working together for a while. He's an old friend of mine, so we improvised together, and so that was super fun for me to have
Yeah.
him do it like this. So we did that first bit, and he walked in, and he had tears shooting out of his face, like,
Back on. Oh, we're back.
Oh,
And that's
hey,
why
everyone.
I had to kill those kittens.
and that's why Bernie Capel always shaves it.
We did have one question I was going to ask from Valerie Higgins before the signal paused.
Yes.
She was asking what the biggest, what about the process of getting the show created was, more difficult than you expected, or how was the process of getting the show created different than you expected?
Well, one of the interesting challenges, it was a gift from the fandom that we did Indiegogo and had a great crowdfunding campaign that was incredibly successful thanks to the passion and loyalty of our fandom and their support. But I tell you, boxing up those socks and mailing them out
Yeah.
was no trip to the beach.
That was
Getting the underwear out, signing 500 pairs of boxers.
Yeah.
We would show up to the post office and they'd try to close up shop.
Yeah.
We'd be standing there going,
We sent out so many
okay,
things to,
okay.
perks to people.
Sure, yeah.
That they knew at the post office, we'd walk in the door and they'd literally like come out with the big they're like, here, put it in here. So we'd like shove them in this big, post office.
They knew us by name.
Thing. Yeah, but I just say the thing that comes to mind isn't a challenge. It was more like a blessing. We got this hotel, and it just so happened that the hotel also had a bar and bathrooms that doubled as spas, and like it became our location.
Greatest
Everything.
location of all time.
Yeah, and just the challenge of just writing, directing, producing, and acting in your own show.
Yeah.
I think
It's
the
a lot.
specific thing that was most challenging was trying to schedule all those people, get everybody in, because we had a lot of friends willing to do it, but
They're all acting.
Nobody was getting rich off our show. It was more
Right.
we did it for the love of the game. So it was that was intricate and difficult, but
Yeah, it's a puzzle.
worth the effort.
I think we have time for probably two more
Great.
questions. Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is a divisive one. Michelle Robato wants to know, who do you believe is the best actor between the two of you?
Rob. for
Definitely
sure.
Rich.
Rob.
Rich, the
Definitely.
man can.
Home run.
He makes water look
Guy
cold
can't
when
never
it's
had a misstep.
77 degrees.
Truly. A little of sausage.
Truly.
Eat anything you put in front of him.
Academy Award for this guy.
Brianna Catalinato, sorry Brianna, I butchered that. Will you guys release the full version of the theme song?
The what?
Full version of the theme song.
Really-
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I just recently wrote 3 more verses because the song was just written as a theme
The
song.
song is 22 seconds long.
Yeah.
But
So I recently wrote.
you'll probably release both, I would imagine. You'll release the
Yeah.
title track version and the full track.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
And for context, your band, Lemon Swing.
That's right. Played the theme song for Kings of Con
And the closing song, don't forget.
Yeah.
And they play on Kings of Con.
And we play
Conversation.
Kings of Conversation, and they make later in the episodes they make a
Cameos.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, as the band.
Cool.
The band.
Awesome. So, last 2 questions from our end. I think that we're on Amazon. Do you guys have any interesting items you've ordered on Amazon, or what's the most recent thing you guys have ordered?
I know exactly what it is ordered on Amazon.
I order everything on Amazon.
Yeah.
I do my whole Christmas shopping on
I
Amazon.
ordered something on Amazon that Rob's going to roll his eyes at, but I was so excited when the Ken Burns Civil War series came out on Blu-ray.
Those are great.
So I just ordered it on Blu-ray.
That's like what? Gotta be like, those are like 10 DVDs, right?
That's not a Civil War. That's but why are you? That's not a. Okay, that's a revolution. Anyway, the point is, I ordered the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
First of all, Kim Burns, American hero, American
Yeah,
treasure.
baseball is amazing.
Baseball, jazz,
Jazz is awesome. Yeah, they're all
the
great.
war.
Yeah, they're all great.
But the Civil War series is a great series,
Fantastic.
and my mom is at home recovering from surgery, so I ordered her the Blu-ray.
Oh, that's
version of
nice.
it.
There we go. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're good about that kind of thing. When I was sick one time, you bought me that book, the biography
Steve
of
Jobs.
Yeah, and
He
then asked
autographed-
if you could borrow it.
He autographed it though. Remember Steve Jobs?
I was ill, and he bought me the cheap Steve Jobs book.
Yeah.
And he wrote, "I know you got it bad, but hey, I'm dead."
Steve Jobs.
That's the Richard Spade sense of humor. And then a week later said, "Hey, can I borrow that Steve Jobs book? You're not gonna read that, like." But I can barely read right now. I'm sick.
It's signed. It has value.
Yeah. It's collectors.
For me, it was I just bought a guitar cord, a new guitar cord. I play guitar.
Okay.
A new Monster guitar
Sure.
cord. Yeah.
Oh, of course. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Prime member. I'm a
I'm a Prime member
firm
too.
believer.
There it is. That's great to hear.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Cool. So where can people find you guys on social media? Watch a show?
Yeah.
Let's start with what the show is, Robbie.
Yeah.
It's on Comic Con HQ. That's comic-con-hq.com.
And then we're at Kings of Con on Twitter and at The Kings of Con on Instagram. We've got a Facebook page, Kings of Con. And I'm Rob Benedict on Twitter. He's,
Dick Spade Jr.
yeah. And yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Go watch the show. Tell your friends.
Yeah, please tell all your friends. It's a must-see.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, everyone.